You're tuned into your favorite show that you ain't even know about yet. Y'all hear the bombs going off. YKTV Wit V, you know the vibes, with your host Vada. All indie music all the time. What's Hood Radio? You know what's going on. We got another independent artist with us today. One of my personal favorites, Miss Stoney Locks. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Miss Stoney Locks. Stoney, welcome to YKTV Wit V. If y'all don't know, this is my co-host on the Powder Room. You can follow us on what I'm not gonna say right now because it's all about Stoney and her music. Stoney, tell us a little bit about you and what you got going on right now.
Right now it's just kind of like a transitional period, I guess you could say. This summer has been, I think for anybody, has not been the summer that we wanted for 2020. So it's definitely been, it's had some setbacks, but it's definitely been, like I said, a transitional period where I've definitely grown a lot, and I've decided, I think for a lot of young artists, this would have either like made or broke, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's been...
You came out of quarantine glowing. You definitely went in.
You
definitely are coming out and coming into phase three.
Like I said, it's been a weird time, but it's been so good, and like I've grown so much and just had so many opportunities. I've had so many doors closed, but so many windows and things like that open. So it's really been exciting. I haven't got to put out music like I've wanted to, but I feel like my music that I will be putting out soon is going to be so much better because of what I've had to go through.
Talk about what you're writing now. What's inspiring you to write the most?
Honestly, just like love and loss and accepting that the past is the past and kind of growing from that. I feel like my music reflects a lot right now. I feel almost to an extent like I'm harping on a certain subject, but I feel for young ladies, we need to hear it every way possible, if that makes any sense. So
we'll dive deeper. What should we hear?
Why
am I saying I'm not young? Well, go ahead.
In my music, you'll definitely get a sense of empowerment. I feel like that's like kind of be over your head.
Yeah.
And that's like the message I want to get across though.
Okay.
I really have been through a lot, and I know that a lot of young females are going through and have been through a lot also. So if I can't give you some words of encouragement, if I can't make you feel like a boss when you're listening to my music,
right,
I don't really feel like I'm doing my job.
Definitely Mad Spice Girl vibes is what it sounds like.
Yes, thank you. I want to be the one and only Stoney Spice.
Okay, stop it. I would love for that. Why didn't they make one? It was too controversial.
Yeah, I guess.
It was too controversial.
That's my job though.
Now if they had
in
it,
2020.
I'm sure that they would. So you're writing about girl power. Excuse me, pardon me. What loss though? You said loss.
I mean,
what loss?
So if you don't know me, my personal backstory, I got married at a very, very young age. I was 18, and that was a really tumultuous relationship, and it taught me a lot, good and bad. And the loss for me was having to accept that just because you give into somebody, just because you give 100%, doesn't always mean that that's going to be returned. And that felt like a death in my life almost.
Yeah.
And it was something that I had to like completely walk away from. And I feel like so many women go through that in so many different aspects, whether it's your relationship, whether it's, verbal and physical abuse, whether it's, being with someone who can't physically support you or mentally support you and stuff like that. I mean, there are so many ways that women, I think, are damaged. And yet we continue to, bless you.
We continue to
kind of stay in that, what
Yeah.
I mean? And I think it's more so we're just scared to move.
I agree.
And
complacency.
The first step is always the scariest, but after that, it's like you start running almost to like that freedom to truly finding who you are. And I really want I think my music encapsulates that. But it also has a sort of a soft, tender side to it too, where I am out making my own money. I can do it by myself, but in my music, you'll hear that I am looking for that companion, I guess you could say. So there's like a softness to my music. I don't want you to think that it all comes off very brass.
Yeah. No, Stoney, I mean, you're drop dead gorgeous. Are you dating anybody?
I am. I'm in a happy relationship.
Oh, lucky guy.
Yes.
Wait. I'm pretty sure you did a single with him, correct? You did a song with him before?
We have Change, and then we have Change 2 out.
Okay. What about Change 2? Can you talk about those for a second?
Those are such special songs to me because we just made those in the studio with nothing really in mind for it. It was just a vibe. And we ended up creating something, like he created the beats for both those songs. We kind of collabed in the studio together, and it was, like I said, it was just one of those songs for both of them where it just happened, and then we sat back and we heard it and we listened to it and we were like, oh shit, we have something here. With change one, it was just a domino effect as far as that was, I think, like the first real thing that we ever like laid down together, and we were like, okay, this isn't just like, having fun in the studio around. Like, this is something where we want to put like time and energy into.
In the studio, messing around. This is an edited radio show. Just so you know, we got the dude. This is not the powder room. Stoney. For the mascara.
Well, we all know what happens in the studio.
No. It's gonna get chopped up.
Everything inspires everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like it was always a good vibe, and we always have really good time when we get together. So.
Yeah, you guys seem really dope. I'm a big fan of change too, by far. You definitely got to send that into What's Up Radio, so that way we can kind of get that in spin and in rotation for sure. For sure. Make sure it's edited though. What was I gonna say? You're a tattoo artist, right?
I am.
You tat, or
I do everything.
Tat.
I think you have some work for me. Actually.
I do have some work for you.
Like you don't know I'm a tattoo artist.
I do. I be trying to like let the fans, you know, I don't be wanting to. Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I do. You have some of the best line work that I have on my body.
I appreciate that.
So I sincerely appreciate it. It's definitely. Would you say that new ink is what's the word I'm looking for? Synopsis? Is it what's the word? Do new ink and loss go hand in hand?
Absolutely. I think that's something that I've really noticed from being in the tattoo stool and having people in my tattoo chair is that ink and pain and marking yourself forever goes hand in hand with love, with loss, with, you know what I mean? There are so many things that can push someone to wanting to make a monumental mark. And I see myself as like, you know, a historian almost.
Okay.
I'm not just putting ink into your skin for the of it. It might even be like the most simple story behind your tattoo, but I'm really giving you something that is gonna be there forever.
Okay.
Every time you look at it, it's gonna be, you know what I mean, for that reason. So I don't just, you know, tattoo to tattoo. I really take that into consideration.
Do you think more people get tattooed for loss or love?
I think more so for loss.
Dang.
But I love when people get tattooed for love. And okay, kind of speaking of, me and my boyfriend talked about this when we kind of first got together. It was just like a conversation about like when couples go and get each other's names tattooed on them. I've always seen it be less about love and more about a loss, if that makes any sense. So like you never really see, at least in my personal experience, you never really see like a couple come in that's like 100% like truly happy to get each other's names tattooed because you don't need to.
It's like a a leash.
Getting your name tattooed on each other. Now there probably are couples.
I think it's the corniest thing on the planet.
Who both equally want to do it, and like that's your thing. But I feel like I've seen so many times couples coming in, and it's like having a baby together. It's like a last ditch effort to show some sort of
unity,
like loyalty. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I can't be loyal to you in real life, so I'm just gonna get your name tatted. So that and I ain't finna lie to you ladies, I got a good man at home, and it has crossed my mind to get his name tatted. Like I really feel that way, and that is ridiculous to me because I've always.
Why don't you just get the first letter?
Yeah, you know, something like subtle.
Yeah, do that. Don't get the whole name. I think the whole name is kind of cheesy, that kind of thing. Like you gotta get.
Well, I'm not gonna get like Nitty Parker on my.
No, or get something that's you could even get like the signature.
Yeah.
Like the signature on his shirt, because that's how I met you, was when you started pushing his shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Something symbolic to you.
Yeah.
I think that represents your partner. I think it's dope.
Yeah, see, it's one of those things where like if you're gonna do it, like you have to have the best intentions. So I'm not telling anyone to not do it. I just have seen so much in my career that it's usually like a last ditch effort to try and make your partner feel like you
guys are still,
you know what I mean? So, but I feel like they do that because there's been a loss in the relationship. There's been a loss of love. There's been someone's cheated.
Something happened. We're not in a good spot. Because if so, we would just get jewelry and keep it moving.
Yes, definitely.
I'm more so for the matching Audemars. You know what I'm saying? Like the matching APs is more for me. That matching tats. I don't know about all that. Stoney, what else did we want to get into? I really want to, before we're about to head out, actually. If you could get everybody on What's Up Radio, Stoney, before we head out, what would you like to say to the listeners around my teenager's age when they come across your new music? What can they expect? Because it seems to me like your listenership is going to be mad teens, teenagers, young women. I don't want to bracketize anyone, but definitely like 15 to probably like 29, 35, 15 to 35 in that range kind of thing. What would you say specifically to the 15 to 25 range, to that will more than likely be your cult following?
Right.
What would you say to your cult?
The best is yet to
The
come.
locks of love. That's what we'll call them.
The lock babies.
Yeah, the lock babies. That's fire.
The best is yet to come, honestly. So just take what I have given you to listen to as far as like my fan base, and kind of let that be the starting point. But I don't want my listeners to think that I have one sound and one sound only. So don't be surprised when I come out, you know, with a different kind of vibe maybe in one song than I do in another. I am in, like I said, a transitional phase where I'm really trying to find what best suits me. And I feel like, unfortunately, and that's just because I'm a young artist, I'm still finding like
You're kind of like the hip hop Taylor Swift.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm just saying, like, but
I
that's
really
kind
liked
of
better than Taylor Swift, though.
Yeah.
But I mean, I want to have a vibe to where, you know, you can listen to it and anyone will rock with it because it's genuine.
Yeah.
Not because it might not be your specific style, but you're gonna be able to tell that like it's genuine to me.
Well, what about the girls that are experiencing loss and listening to you? What would you say to get them out of that dark spot?
You have to just listen to my music for that. But that's the whole point of my music is to get young ladies, especially
out of the dark spot.
To understand
the whole
that
point you're saying
it's
is
okay.
to get
and
out
I'm a
of
Cancer, so I feel everything times 10. You know what I mean? So I really want them to understand that it's okay to feel all this right now. You don't have to be like stone cold.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you have to pick yourself up by your boots. You have to work your ass off.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the big thing that I want to harp on my music is
your
getting
music the
that
kind
bag.
of music that we should listen to before work?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Okay. It's also going to kind of put you in your feels a little bit too. So you might want to listen to some songs.
Pick your tracks wisely.
Yes. Pick your tracks wisely. I'll try and split
and then
it
pin
up.
the ones that you need for when you get off on your way home.
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Bet. Stoney, where can they get at you at?
You can follow me on Instagram at Stoney Locks. That's my personal official page. I post tattoos there. I post my music. I post pretty much everything. If you are looking for tattoos, I have a personal page for that as well called Inked by Stoney, INKEDBYSTONEY.
What about your music? Where can they find your music at?
I post my music on my main page, so you can follow that on the Stoney Locks page. We also have internet records on YouTube. You can find my music through there. I'm not signed to that label, but that label pushes me a lot. So maybe some future deals with them soon. But you know, right now we're just doing a lot of work
together.
together.
Spell internet records for us?
It's internet, so
Internet.
Yes.
I can't help myself. How you spell it?
It's just internet with 2 T's at the very end, so it's super easy. So yeah, we do a lot of work with them. They're awesome.
So that is at Stoney Locks, STONEYLOCKS, and Inked by Stoney, INKEDBYSTONEY. You can also catch her on the Powder Room. When that happens, we look forward
to
we have a new when that
season.
brings back up. You know that's coming.
Season 2 coming.
I don't like this is about Stoney right now.
No, but that's the part of Stoney though, is because honestly, like I have to give a shout out to you, Vada. Like you really put me in a position where I have so much more traction than I should, if that makes any sense for someone who's like a new artist. So it all goes out to you, honestly. Like from the moment that we met, you've been genuine, and we've had that vibe.
You got it in yourself, man. It's all in you.
I appreciate it.
And if you want to listen to Stoney's music, you can catch this next track right here on What's Hood Radio. All indie music, all the time. Stoney Locks, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Get into this hit by Stoney. It's your girl, Vada, YKTV Wit V. We wrapping it up with Stoney Locks. Get into this hit by Stoney real quick.